Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttradesolutions.com on a Friday, 24th January. First week of Trump in office. Very, kind of interesting dynamics going on. Essentially, all-time highs on the S&P, a lot of churn under the surface. But let's get right into the charts and talk about a couple things here. So pretty much the volatility is in in Bitcoin. And again, this is to me, I call this the ultimate Trump trade. Every little thing comes out of Bitcoin. Essentially, we're building a new kind of range between 100 being the floor and let's call it 110. So big swings back and forth. I do believe if we break 100K, we're probably gonna, in quick succession, go down to 90, and even, again, ultimately, um, probably, I still am of the notion that at some point, I mean, obviously nobody knows for sure anything, but maybe 76, this is going to get tested at some point. You can see the huge volatility. For those of you that want to, be active traders or whatever, I mean, obviously there's some big swings in this. It's gone nowhere really. And is it going to break out and go higher? I don't know. I think the fact that we can't, after all the good news and this and that, whatever, we can't break out. Um, there that's what my point is, that at some point it's going to break 90 and then really get hammered because all of this good news is already kind of baked in the cake so far. With regards to the averages, all-time high on the cash index. We're sitting right at all-time highs in the futures. Again, kind of been churning for the last couple of days. Overall, this week has been a very slow grind. VIX coming down to like 14, 15. You can see it hasn't, um, since the inauguration, it's been just a steady kind of climb, and then even last couple of days, just nothing. The Nasdaq really is still struggling to get past this level here, which is roughly about the 20 to 100K level. You can see that. Uh, and it just seems to be, and under the surface, we got Apple still struggling. So we can take a look at some of these stocks under the surface. We got Apple still struggling to get any kind of traction. Even this morning, they rallied it yesterday, faded this morning again. This is not a good sign. Apple, if it breaks 220, probably goes down to 200. We got earnings on Apple due out on, I believe it's Thursday. So that's going to be an interesting situation. We also have like Meta. We got a Fed meeting. We got core PCE next Friday. So it's going to be a really interesting week. And I expect a lot of opportunities coming up with regards to, some trades as well. This is the calm before the storm, I believe. Everything else really, rates really didn't do much today or this week, kind of just hovering more or less at these levels we've been talking about with regards to the 10-year. You can see it's sitting right around 460, not much going on there. The dollar coming into some demand at 107. Bank of Japan did raise rates, but that has zero impact on the currency. You can see it's just kind of coiling up, ready for a move, by the way, the Japanese yen. Gold, interesting. Again, this was kind of below the surface here, trying to break above 2,800. Next target is going to be about 33K, I believe. The catch-up trade in this is going to be some of the miners, which we looked at in our session today. And then oil, nothing really much going on there as well, pulling back, and similarly. So all these markets are kind of just churning, waiting. I think, now that everybody kind of gets a sense of what's happening with possible tariffs and whatever, now it's going to get back to basics, to, earnings and so forth. And next week's going to be tremendous, I think, with all of that going on next week. So again, sign up for the newsletter. I'll be writing about this stuff. Also, if you want to contact me about some information, contact me at support@Transparent Trade Solutions. Give me a thumbs up and put some commentary on the chat. I'll respond to it if you have any questions on what I talk about. All right. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Take care.